Shalom, Kohalo Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elder that came before them, taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers up pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yashawan, back with the World War III Daily Update. Welcome and salutations to you as well. All right, so we're just going to have an easy Monday, quick update, let you know that things are progressing forward and will soon spiral out of control. This is Matthew 24:6, like we do. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Ukraine or Russia invades Ukraine. That's a war, and it's a rumor of war. Okay. As to what's actually going on over there. It's not a war. Is it a war? No, it's an operation, according to Vlad. We gotta denazify the area, right? NIV, wars and rumors. NLT, wars and threats. See that? And we do this all the time. We go into these different variations. Threats. What's the threat? Zelensky is saying, I got these HIMARS now. I'm going to invade Crimea. Okay? Now that I got weapons that you can't stop, I'm about to go and I'm going to take Crimea back that you took in 2014. Threats. Okay? ESV, rumors, wars and rumors of war. Same here. Wars and rumors. Wars and rumors, wars and rumors, wars and rumors. Aramaic Bible in plain English. It is going to happen that you are going to hear battles and reports. This is a report as we speak. Threats, rumors, G and T. You're going to hear the noise of battles close by and the news. Battles far away. Okay, so we got news, rumors, threats. Rumors, threats, news. And what else? Reports. All right. So let's look at some of these reports. Let's look at these threats. Okay. This is Johnny Storm at Don't Speak News. 2 hours ago, that's today the 18th. Russian Foreign Ministry says NATO troops already fighting in Ukraine. What does it mean that NATO is in the Ukraine fighting right now? That means that there's a different set of rules. If NATO is not just fighting the Ukraine, so look it. If Russia is not only fighting Ukraine, but NATO is there helping them, there's a different set of rules other than Russia just doing an operation in the Ukraine. When NATO is involved, everything is expanded greatly. I'll just put it like that. Okay? And what Russia is saying is, uh-oh, you opened the door. You guys are over there. We know. We know what you're over there doing. Now we are going to conduct maneuvers, if you will, under this set of laws. Okay, it's not just the Ukraine. You got many nations over there fighting. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to threaten. We're threatening to do this. We're threatening to do that. Okay, let's watch it.
Speaking of war,
Speaking of
move
war,
over to this story. Statements by Ukrainian officials have angered the Russians. They threaten an all-out.
they what? Threaten. They threaten an all-out attack on Ukraine, as if they're not doing that right now. Statements by Ukrainian officials anger the Russians. They threaten an all-out attack on Ukraine. Okay? Back that up. Speaking of war,
We move over to this story. Statements by Ukrainian officials have angered the Russians. They threaten an all-out attack on Ukraine, which has really already begun. Defense Minister Shoigu was summoned by Putin and told to take the gloves off, and they did. The bombings and with the cruise missiles and aircraft and rockets from Russia into Ukraine has increased exponentially around the whole country. So now these statements have made them even angrier. It says here that Kiev's statements about the possibility of strikes in Crimea show that denazification and demilitarization should be carried out throughout the territory of Ukraine. Andrei Kilisas, chairman of the Committee on Constitutional Legalization of the Federal Council, wrote on his Telegram channel. In addition, Major General of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Dmitry Marchenko, said that the Crimean Bridge would become the #1 target if Ukrainian troops were supplied with the appropriate weapons from the US and Europe, and it appears that they will be. So on Saturday, Alexei Arostovich, an advisor to Zelensky's chief of staff, said Ukraine may attack the Crimean Bridge as soon as the first technical possibility appears. And then it says here, threats by the Ukrainian junta to attack Crimea or the Crimean Bridge only confirm that denazification and demilitarization should take place throughout Ukraine. And so there you go. Just poking the bear a little bit more.
so the United States and NATO won't stay out of it. They're forcing Russia's hand to escalate this into World War III. Okay, in a minute, the Ukraine, it's not even going to be Ukraine. It's going to be NATO, EU, and Babylon the Great fighting against Russia, China, and Iran. And Iran been done had a bomb. Okay, and if they don't, if NATO and the United States can give Ukraine weapons, Russia can't give Iran weapons, including nuclear missiles. Who's making the rules here? See, and what Russia's mad about is for years and years, the United States can go wherever they want to, willy-nilly. Oh, we're going to Iraq. Oh, we're going to Afghanistan. We're going wherever the fuck we want and bomb and strafe motherfuckers, but you guys can't do that. And Vlad is saying, you know what? Fuck that. Enough is enough. Tired of you motherfuckers being the hypocrites that you are, doing abominable shit, but we do one little thing and now you're calling out the cavalry? So that's the that's the mindset of Vlad right now. He's mad as hell. Who is he mad at? He's mad at Babylon. Okay. Stop with the proxy shit. He's mad at Babylon the Great.
Poking them a little bit more. Unreal, these guys. As Russia announces civilian drills for nuclear attacks, Moscow is announcing to its citizens the city will be conducting nuclear attack civilian evacuation drills, complete with outdoor sirens, TV and radio interruption warnings, instructing citizens to proceed to nuclear attack shelter.
Same thing that was going on in New York last week. You see where this thing is going? All right. They're readying the citizenry. All right, get ready. Get ready to go rivet some, be Rosie the Riveter too. We need some more shells out here. All right? This thing is escalating. What does this say? It says nuclear attack. This is Russia saying, hey, they finna drop their bombs on us. Who's going to do the first strike? Mutually assured destruction. Look at the headline. Here's the headline, nuclear attack. Look at the date. This would be today. You understand the language in today's news? Nuclear attack. Get under the desk, nigga. Okay? Duck and cover. Outdoor sirens. Okay? Air raid. TV, radio interruption warnings. Instructing citizens to proceed to nuclear attack shelters. This is the news today. This is the headline today. This is Monday. What's going to be going on Thursday? If shit is moving this fast, what's going to be going on by Thursday? Okay? You got to consider these things. You can't just, oh, well, yeah, I'm immune to it already. No.
And of course, we reported on this that New York City was doing the same thing, and PSA announcements telling people to stay inside and listen to your phones, and even though none of the phones will work after a nuclear attack, but anyway, New York is also putting out its own warnings, and I wouldn't doubt that we start seeing some national warnings, maybe some national testing of the EMS here in the U.S. We'll have to see. But nonetheless, Russia is preparing. Now, the dates of these drills are not yet known, but the citizenry is being told the drills will be upcoming, and there will be several of them. Citizens are also being advised to have an evac bag or bug-out bag with some clothing, medicine, money, ID, and hygiene products in it so they can grab it and go. Yes, even though, depending on where it's launched from, you may not have much time to grab it and go. That is, if the U.S. and NATO get to launch at all. That remains to be seen. So now, moving over to Iran, they've unveiled a new ominous naval drone carrier division. Now, this unit, supported by drone-laden ships and submarines, is another sign of the asymmetric capabilities unmanned aerial vehicles provide. Indeed, so now they have a carrier group that, instead of planes, they're carrying these drones. The Iranian Navy has announced the introduction of what it's calling an inaugural drone carrier division. A corresponding unveiling ceremony aired on Iranian state television, showing the Navy launching drones from various ships and even a submarine. The display points to Iran's ongoing push to not only acquire more weaponized drone capabilities and capacity, but to deploy those systems via a diversified set of vectors, including from the sea. The new division was revealed while President Biden was visiting Saudi Arabia in an effort to foster local support as tensions with Iran continued to rise. Just days after reports began to surface, Iran had offered to supply Russia with a significant amount of both armed and unarmed drones on an expedited timeline to bolster its invasion of Ukraine. I'll let you read the rest on your own, but there's a picture of one of these carriers now. And as crude as they might look here, as crude as they may look, these drones have proven to be quite effective in recent wars, including the one in Armenia and Azerbaijan, where Azerbaijan just basically smoked the Armenian military with these drones. And so they have proven to be quite effective, and of course, a lot cheaper to make and maintain than, say, F-35 aircraft, where you have to have, a very expensive pilot trained as well. There's no human element here, except for the drone operators on the ships or on the ground, wherever they launch them from. So there you go. Iran has unveiled a new drone carrier division fleet, which could definitely cause some threats to the U.S. Navy and other navies in the region. So let's see. There was one other story I wanted to cover here. Here we go. Staying in the Middle East, IDF chief, diplomacy can fail. Attack on Iran at the center of the IDF preparations. Aviv Kohavi announced this possibility. IDF will need to strike Iranian nuke facilities and says Israel has a moral obligation to be ready with a military response.
And the IDF stands for Israeli Defense Federation. Okay? That's Israel, the Amalekites. Right? Right? The least of the flock. See where this thing is going? See how close we are? Very close. All right, so that's good enough. I'm going to get a couple of precepts and go ahead and close it up. Let's get the least of the flock. Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom. Okay, the Most High is against these Edomites. And his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So, this, where did it go? These Amalekites here, okay, what is this? IDF chief. Diplomacy can fail. Attack on Iran at the center of IDF preparations. That's this. This prophecy. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? Amalek. Who's this right here? Amalek. What's he doing? Drawing them out. Iran is saying, hey, guess what? Got them nukes, fool. I think they even say it.
Facilities and says Israel has a moral obligation to be ready with a military response. Right. Even though they know and everybody else should know from a 1992 report that Iran already has nuclear weapons.
92. So what is all of this posturing about nuclear talks and deals and all of that bullshit? What about 92? Okay, and meaning they already have, let the weak say I am strong, they already have nukes. And if they wanted more or bigger ones, who would they ask? Russia. The Carmanians are already set. All right? So we're watching this thing play out. All right, let's go back here. Let's see. Let's get that quickly. Because the Most High is basically, where is Iran? Where is Israel? What they now call the Middle East. Okay. So we're just watching the prophecies. We're keeping our eye on it. Every day we're scoping it out. This is what the Most High Yahweh Shai is doing. Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. Okay. I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, into the Middle East. Okay? We're watching that. That's where the main showdown is going to go down. What are they doing right now? Most High said, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Plain and simple. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak, Iran, say, I have nukes. The homies will funnel some to me if need be. Don't F with me. All right? So now what do we know for sure? Well, it's not going to happen. They're just beating the war drums. It happens all the time. They're not going to fire nuclear missiles on each other. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And this one will be fought with nuclear weapons, okay? According to the scriptures, Salah. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this, World War III, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? This one is going to be different. Okay? What is that? Burning and fuel of fire. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this, there it is again. What was that? Zechariah. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this one, but this, just wanted to point that out. But this, okay? Zechariah 14:12. And this was this. This will be the plague. That's that nuke with which the Lord will strike all. Let's get the King James. Don't sound right rolling off the tongue. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all. Smite means kill. All the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's called nuclear blast. Nuclear fire. Okay? Melting. World War III knocking at the door. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified. And until tomorrow, you brothers and few sisters, with that, we can say shalom.